Welcome all, Boone here from EWPRO. So getting straight into the weekly outlook, starting with DXY on the daily, we're looking at this internal wave in here. So we got a WXY, we're looking for that X2 down to the 38.2, we've got that. So we're looking for the Z up to this 161.8, or first target that 123 and the second target 161.8. Looking at the H4, we got the C down, and we're looking for a buy setup. So if you get any sort of a buy setup, you can really only buy above this top here now, because we've got some sort of an A, B, C, maybe a running flat, and yeah. So look for any sort of buy setups you get, look for the buy, I think. On the H1, so we're getting some sort of a, it's a bearish flag in here now. So you may get a little bit of downside for an expanding flat. And then if you get any buy setup, look for the buy. AU on the daily. So we're looking at this WXY, X2, Z down, come to that first target 123.6, and we lost that bullish divergence. So from down here, we were looking for this as just a correction for another one down. On the H4, we got an A, B, C up. We can look at this as an A, B, C. It bounced off the trend line here, and I thought, oh, maybe we'll get another one up. It's continued its way down. So if I have a look on the H1, you're getting a nice bearish flag in here. So if you took that, you'd have yourself stop there, and you're looking for at least A, B, C down to the 100 pip. Your first target would be that 100 pip. If I just draw that. So you're first targeting that 100 pip. More than likely, it will go down to that 161.8. That's your second target. EU on the daily. So we're looking at this internal wave in here, WXY. Looking for that X2, and we're looking for that Z down now. We do have that bear hidden here. So we're looking for more downside. The problem here was on the H4, we lost the bearish divergence. So it's become difficult because now we have that possible bull hidden, and that bull hidden is still in play. So we still can get another one up. So it's quite risky. But again, if you get a sell set up, look for the sell. We've got some sort of A, B, C in here. This is looking bullish, so we may get a little bit more upside for an expanding or running flat, and then look for the downside. You know, if you get a bullish flag in here, you can look for it and take it, because we still have that bullish hidden divergence. So you can look for it and get it to break even wherever you can, and you'd be aiming for the top there if you're looking for that bull hidden. GU on the daily. Take this off. So we got that WXY. We got bear hidden here. We lost the bullish divergence. So I am looking for another one down. Yeah. If I just adjust these. So we're looking for a Z down. We've got that bear hidden on the H4. Still may not be over on the H4 yet. We're looking at this like W, X, Y, X2. We're looking for that 38.2 retracement. We got the ball hidden, possible ball hidden here. So we're looking for that Z up. On the H1. We're getting bullish divergence in here. So we're getting bullish divergence. So any buy setup you get, look for the buy to go and break the top. And you on the daily, this has become quite difficult as well. Like I've mentioned, we've got a larger A, B, C, or WXY. Problem is we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 as a 333 correction, or we get 5 as a 335 pattern for an A, B, C, and then you get that A, B, C. So this can become quite complex, like I've been mentioning over and over again. We're getting the break of this here. We had that ball hidden here, and we went up and broke that top, which is nice, but we lost the bearish divergence. We've broken out now. So any bearish setup you get, look for the sell. Just to break this low. So yeah, it's going to be quite difficult because of the structure we're in. Is it going to be a 333 pattern or a 335 pattern? We just don't know. Right. Looking at UY on the daily. So we're looking at that A, B, C, just about got up to that 100 fib. We have bearish divergence here now. This can be an A, B, C in here as well, to give us another one up. We can't rule that out just yet. We're looking for the sells. So we got looking at an A, B, C on the H4. It may have gone from here, you know, but it didn't give you that buy setup. So we're looking for to come down to this 100 fib. If you look on the H1, we haven't broken this low here yet. We haven't broken that low. If we break that low, we're going to get bullish divergence, and then we can start to, you know, look for your buy setup to go and break the top. Other than that, there's no real setup to buy or sell on it now. This can turn into like just an A, B, C up in here for a regular flat, and then give us another one down as well, right? Because we have broken that daily trend line. Looking at the Swissy on the daily. So this is very slow in here. We're looking for that A, B, C, then the A, B, C. This in here is really choppy, extremely difficult to trade. We're looking for something like this in here. Instead, we're getting a very choppy movement, which is it's a B wave, you know. So it's made it pretty difficult. On the H4, we do have bullish divergence between this low and this low, but between this low and this low, we don't have any bullish divergence. This was looking very corrective, and we got a sell on this go down to the H1. So if you get a little bearish setup in here, little bearish flag, you can look to sell this, and we'll be targeting that. Your first target will be that 100 pip. First target will be that 100 pip, and then your second target will be that 161.8. Yeah. So if you get a little flag in here, you could look for that sell, get it to break even, and yeah, first target, that 100 pip. UCAD on the daily. So like I've been mentioning, we got an A, whatever's happening in here as a B, and then we'll get that C up. So we still can get another one up in here, like I've been mentioning. So I just go down to the H4. We're looking at this WXY. We're looking at an X2. We'll more than likely get bear hidden here, and then we'll get that Z down. So we're looking for the Z down. It's taken off. So we're lost our bearish divergence in here as well now. But we can look at this as an A, B, C. So wherever this ends, wait for your sell setup and look for the sell. It's going to be difficult if you're looking for the buy. If you're looking to trade a bullish flag, you can trade it, but be extremely careful, because this may be the Z. We still may get that Z down. GY on the daily. So we got that WXY, X2, Z up to the first target. We had that ball hidden, possible ball hidden here. It didn't go and break the top, and it's falling down. So we'll get some sort of A, B, C on the daily. So we're sort of looking for that. On the H4, I was looking for a Z up in here. So we got WXY, X2, and I was looking for that Z up last week. Never gave us a setup to buy it, but now it's become a larger correction, so we can't look at it as a Z up. So I'll just remove that, because we're not looking for that Z up now. This is a larger correction. We still may get another one up, because we still have that possible ball hidden, but this will be a larger correction, just for some sort of an A, B, C, and then we'll get the larger move down. So on the H1, they're really, so I was just looking for that flat last week to give us that Z up. We never got that Z up. So if we look at this now, if I just remove that as well. So we look at it as a WXY. Wait for your X2, and then you can look for that Z down. The safest way is to wait for this X2, and then if it gives you a corrective looking structure, then you can look for the sell. EG on the daily. So we're looking at that WXY, X2, Z down, got down to that 161.8, which was nice. Eventually it got down there. On the H4, we got the 5 down. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're breaking out. So any bullish setup you get in here, look for the buy, at least to this 50 fib retrace. You could target that first, and the second target you could even look at, because we have the 5 down on the daily, you could look at the 50 fib of the whole move as your second target, you know, around here. So we may get a nice move to the upside. So if you get any bullish setup on this, start looking for the buy. Looking at gold, this has become quite tricky as well. We had that bear hidden here, but it never broke the low. So we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a 333 or a 335 pattern in here before we get another one up to give us a flat in here for an A, B, C, and then you get that A, B, C in here, like I've been mentioning over and over again. The second scenario is that we get a, like I've got it drawn here, an A, B, and we get a C up in here. Now we're not sure what we're going to get. It's so choppy in here. It's looking so corrective, you know. We're getting bearish divergence. Because this is looking so corrective, it's risky to buy, you know. Don't have any bearish divergence between the last two. So, you know, you can still scalp the buys, but you're really only scalping. And yeah, I'd be more interested in a sell setup, really, because this is looking so corrective. I'd be more interested in, you know, whatever happens in here, get a nice impulse down, and then something to sell to look and go and break that low. Yeah, it's quite difficult at the moment, gold. WTI on the daily. So we got that WXY X2Z up to the 161.8, and we had that ball hidden here, and it's gone up and broken that top. I think we do have bearish divergence here now. Like I said last week, I was hoping if this did go and break the top, that it'd give us bearish divergence. I think it has. Yeah, it has given us bearish divergence. To get any sell set up, look for the sell. On the H4 though, it still may not be over. Looking at WXY, looking for an X2 and then a Z up. So if you get any sell set up, look for the sell. You know, you'll be targeting that 38.2, and you never know, it may fall over from here as well. So, you know, the sell would be, if you get a sell on it, be well worth taking. We got a nice sharp move down from a height. This is looking corrective. Wait for your sell setup. If you get a sell setup, take it. Bitcoin on the daily. This has fallen over, and now it's taken out that. Last week I said that we had that double bottom, so it's still could have given us that bull hidden or go and break the low. Now it's broken that low, so we've lost that bull hidden. So now any correction you get, it's a sell. Whether you want to wait for the larger correction, like a wherever we get a B wave, like an A, B, C on the daily, we'll be looking for a larger correction now. Back to the 50 fib. This obviously may not be over, this move in here. So we'll go down to the H4. I believe Yeah, the last two we've lost the divergence. So from here to here, we've got that bullish divergence, but the last two from there to there, we've lost that bearish to bullish divergence. So we may get more downside. So looking at the H1, all you can really do is wait for a correction. You really need to wait for a correction, some sort of a correction back to the 50 fib, and then you could look for the sell, an A, B, C. I'd be waiting for a correction, and it's catching a falling knife if you're looking for the buy as well. You know, if you get a nice bullish setup, you can take it, but it's more of a scalp, and you're going to have to get it to break even really quickly, because you're in a bearish. It's very much bearish. S&P 500 on the daily. So we're looking at that A, B, C. We got a lot of bearish divergence. So eventually I said we were looking for that A, B, C back to the 50 fib. This was possible in here if I just zoom in a bit. So last week it was possible that we just get an A, B, C, and then we get that A, B, C as a running or expanding flat for another one up for an A, B, C. So we couldn't rule that out last week that we'd get another one up. Now we can pretty much rule that out because we've got a lower low. And we've got bearish divergence. So any sell setup you get, look for the sell. We've got a nice trend line break in here as well. So on the H4, we're looking for 5 down. So you really need to wait for the X2. Yeah, we're getting down to that 161.8 in here. So we like to see 161.8 in the wave Y or wave 3, and then X2 and then a Z down. So you can scalp. I'd be waiting for the correction again, but to keep it safe, wait for the correction and then look for the Z down. AU 200 on the daily. So this one here just broke the top. We got a break from the top and we got a nice impulse down. We got 3 up in here. So we got 1, 2, 3 breaking the top. So this still can be an expanding flat and give us another one up. We've broken that low. So it's a little bit different. Again, this is pretty much the same on H4 as S&P. We're looking for that WXY, possibly down to the 161.8, an X2, and then a Z down. DXY, sorry, not DXY, the DAX on the daily. So we got that WXY, X2, Z up. We got a nice A, B. We're looking for that C down to the 100 fib. On the H4. So this was quite difficult to trade this here, you know. But if you get any little bearish flag, you know, any sort of sell set up on the lower time frames, you could look for the sell down to this 100 fib. Then be very careful at this 100 fib because it may give you a buy setup for more upside, or it can, or the other scenario is it breaks straight through the 100 fib, goes down to the 161.8 and gives you a larger motive pattern down. The FTSE. So you got that WXY X2 Z up on the H4. We're sort of looking for downside as well. We got this bearish divergence A, B, C up in here. We got the bearish divergence. It's tricky because we still have a possible bull hidden. It's not possible. It's not valid to trade as bull hidden, but there is still a possibility that this is a flat in here, and then you get that A, B, C. But at this stage, on the H1, if you get a sell set up, look for the sell. We've got the lower low here. We've got a nice impulse down. We've got a lower low. So, you know, if you get any sort of correction, ideally up to the back to the 50 fib, then look for the sell. Yeah, that's what I'll be looking for next week. So I hope you enjoyed the weekly outlook. Take care, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you out there next week.